Welcome back to our channel, the Girl-Reinventing channel. I am doing something different. I've never done this before. I'm sure you guys have seen this on YouTube. The acrylic paint pours, where they use acrylic paints and canvases and sometimes silicone, sometimes Floetrol. It's an additive. Anyway, it's paint poured on a surface, a canvas. I am going to try to incorporate this technique into furniture. We shall see how it'll go. I have spent the last couple of days practicing this technique because I have never done it before. Well, that's not true. Now I've done it 7 times. And I'm going to show you a part of that process in here. And here are the examples of the acrylics. Isn't that cool? Very, very cool. You can see why people like to do it. It's really neat. And then, so I did a couple of different boards. This one's really psychedelic. And this one is one of my faves. It looks like, actually think I like it better this way. Looks like the ocean to me. What I like about it is that it's fun. What I don't like about it is that you waste a whole lot of paint. So I don't foresee myself doing this technique all that often. Well, at least with using my very special mineral clay-based paints that cost a whole heck of a lot of money. I am not into wasting that. I am not into wasting anything. I always reuse, reduce, recycle. But in order to get a really cool, awesome pour pattern, you do have to waste some paint. Maybe that's part of the technique that you learn over time, is how not to waste paint, but it seems like if you don't use a whole lot of paint, it just kind of sticks to the surface of whatever it is you're using and doesn't create those really cool, stretched out, very organic patterns. So I am going to finish what I started, which is this idea that I had that I'm going to do a paint pour on a piece of furniture that I pulled from the trash, no doubt. I decided that I'm just going to use the acrylic for the front because it's cheap paint. I think they were like, yeah, $2.99 for this big 8-ounce container. So I'd rather, if I'm going to be wasting, I'd rather waste that than my beautiful, awesome clay paints. All right, guys, I am fast forwarding here. I already did all the prep work. As you can see, I have taped off the top panel of both drawers. I have cellophane wrapped around the entire drawer, front and back, because I do not wish to have a messy cleanup all over the drawer of paint, because the paint will spill over the sides and down into the drawer if you do not cover it up. If you feel like cleaning that up later or painting the entire drawer, go for it. Don't prep, don't tape. But I do not wish to do that. I want this to be a relatively clean and easy cleanup. I primed with some Zinsser, the 1-2-3 primer, because this was in very rough shape and I did have to sand and use some Bondo in there. I didn't show the Bondo process because I've done other videos about that. If you've been with me, then you've seen me do it, and I will link a video to this video to show you how to use Bondo and how to apply it and then how to sand it. Here is our color lineup. Like I said, I am only using the acrylics because they are relatively inexpensive. I got these from Hobby Lobby and they were about $2.99 for a jar, about 8 ounces. These colors are sort of custom mixed. I wanted to brighten up and lighten up some of the orange, and I also made a coral out of orange and yellow. I have black, I have a tan color here, I actually mixed up that periwinkle, it's like a bluish purple. That was a mix, the cherry red and gray. And what I mixed it with is this product here. I saw this on YouTube. I'll link a channel to the description on how to mix this up. It was relatively like 30% paint to 70% of that stuff in this little tiny cup. These are little tiny, like I would say they're probably 3-ounce cups. So that is the lineup. We are going to get started on pouring. Let's do it. So guys, this is what they call an open cup pour. I have these 2 little cups there. They're the same size as the cups I had the paint started in, and I cut the bottoms off of them, set them down on top of the flat surface of the drawer, and then I poured in all of the colors one at a time. I layered them up in a random fashion so that I could have a little extra control over where the paint went. I kept the little cups on there as long as I possibly could. You saw them kind of drifting. That's all part of the process. So then you just kind of like move the piece back and forth. You let the paint move on the surface. It stretches out until you get a good pattern that you like. I actually had to go in, add a little bit more paint to the bottom here so that the paint would move across the bottom a little bit better. It was getting a little stuck, and that was very helpful, just putting that a little extra paint there, and you'll see the paint starts moving towards the bottom of the drawer and off, and there we go. Yeah, that's it. "24 hours later, I had gone back to take the wrapping off, and I realized, oh my, all of that extra work I had done, yeah, well, it didn't work because my little frog tapes broke open. So while I was figuring out what I was going to do about that mess I had made, I decided to just go ahead and start painting the base. I chose to do a layered look here with a couple of different colors of DIY paint to kind of bring up some of the acrylic colors. I used a process of just brushing it on and pulling back, and then I topped everything with this little black dress, and I left some spaces where the other colors could kind of peek through. It gave me the layered textured look I was going for. After 24 hours dry time, I used MinWax, polyurethane, and a satin finish to bring back some of the shine. And then I finished the base off with a clear wax. Then, before I was finished, I wanted to add a little bit of sparkle and shine, and so I used some of this gold gilding wax because I knew I was going to use brushed brass drawer pulls. It really added a nice little touch. Here it is, acrylic fluid paint pour. That was pretty interesting. Don't know that I'll do that again. We'll see. I already have the paint, so I don't know. It was overall a very fun process to watch. It was especially fun to watch these little bits, these cells form in the paint. What I didn't like about it is that it took a really long time to dry. So definitely not something that you can do if you are wanting to be in a rush. I tend to like to use chalk, milk, and clay-based paints. They dry pretty quickly. Like, you can repaint them and recoat in 2 hours, especially if you have a dehumidifier going and stuff like that. I had to wait 48 hours to be able to seal this. So, you know, it was definitely fun. I will be putting some pictures up, sorry guys, I'm a little slow today. I had a flu shot at work yesterday, and yeah, having some symptoms today. But I will be posting pictures up, putting this on Facebook Marketplace. Also, today I finally got motivated enough with the help of my mother, thank you Mom, to open an Etsy shop. It is Girl-Reinventing by Crooked Finger Farm. I think that's how you look it up. I will post a link to this video. Watch the professional shots that'll come up. I will get all the perspectives of this and some close-ups so you can see the really cool details in the acrylic portion of these drawers. So hopefully you enjoyed watching this, and maybe you'll try this yourself someday. Ciao.